So I just got back from a run. I ran at a new park today, and the way that this week has transpired in order to get me here, it lets me further know that, of course, this is transparency. So if you don't want to hear transparent moments from me, how I got messages to record for you today. If you don't want to hear all that, then I'll put a timestamp at the bottom. But if you're interested, then stay tuned. But let me let me sit back. Okay, so what led me to this transparent moment is a series of misfortunate events that transpired for me this week. So everybody knows, we all have our moments where things get hard, the struggle gets real and all of that. This week, we're just speaking about this week alone has been like a very tough struggle for me. And it's been a struggle for me financially, and that has caused a rift kind of like in my energy, in my um, like staying not motivated, staying positive. I have been having to work extra hard to be positive because of, I feel like when one thing is off balanced in your life, it throws the balance off of other things, especially if you feel like you don't have any control. So what led me here? A lack of finances. We just gonna jump into it. A lack of finances. I had like $2 in my account starting the week off, and needing to drive about 30 minutes. I'm gonna say an hour because 30 minutes there and back. An hour a day to um, pick my baby up from school. Like $2 just ain't gonna get it for gas, not to mention other things, right? So I was guided to like kind of stay in the area around where my baby's school is, and that led to me going different places, connecting with different energies, sitting in my own energy, because when I say connecting with other energies, I'm basically like at the park, doing walks, doing runs, meditating, things like that. And today specifically, I had an epiphany. And I had this epiphany that I would not have gotten had I not been struggling with finances this week. We get that message that everything works together for our good. And we love to believe it because it gives us something to look forward to. But in the midst of a storm, it's hard to just really just have faith that, okay, like this is working out for my good. It's hard to have that faith because you wonder, like, how can this be for my good? And how struggling throughout this week with money and gas, how that was beneficial for me in this week was, it gave me the opportunity to really connect with myself, to really connect with nature and be outside, because I do connect with nature. I do go outside, but not as much as I have this week, because I could have either just been sitting in the car for hours till my baby get out of school, or stressing, or I could have done anything else, but I chose to get out, listen to positive words of affirmation, do a walk, run, stretch, do all of that good stuff. And every time I would have a thought, or even if I would be listening to the affirmations, I would notice a subtle a subtle confirmation from the Most High just around me. And those subtle messages from the Most High are the most, oh my God, they're the most confirming, because we always look for those big, grandiose signs. Like, I need to see a rainbow, or I need to see 777. Like, I need to see that. But the wind blowing at just the right time, just in perfect divine timing, when you're having a thought, that's a confirmation. Or a squirrel passing your pathway when you hear a message, that's a confirmation. And it's like those subtle things, it I don't, I just, it's so, it's like, it's hard for me to explain, but it's not hard for me to explain, because I'm still like in awe of the messages that I receive, the epiphanies that I receive. Now, I'm not here to tell you the epiphanies that I got. I'm just here to let you know that even in the storm, even in your struggles, your best option is to remain positive, is to find a silver lining, is to to try to figure out something else to do in the midst that makes you feel good, instead of stressing, instead of worrying. Because I could have stressed. I definitely could have stressed. But it was just, when you get when you've been going through something for so long, or dealing with certain people for so long, you get to a space where you become numb, or you just get into a space of acceptance where it just doesn't affect you negatively anymore. And I am currently in a space where I just, like, things do still bother me, most definitely, but certain things, like this week, the things that I've been dealing with, I have had to deal with before in my life pretty regularly. So it's like, I'm at a space now where I'm tired of stressing. I'm tired of stressing about finances. I'm tired of stressing about how I'm going to be able to do this, how I'm going to be able to do that, how I'm going to support my children, how I'm going to feed us. Like, I'm tired of stressing about that. So instead of stressing about it, I'm just, I put myself in a space of gratitude first for being here to experience this, because I know that it's for a reason. That's how I had to start off. I had to start off in that, like, you just have to just know without knowing that it's for a reason. And though my reason was spiritual, it was very powerful. It was very powerful. It was empowering to get into a space of gratitude and get these messages like so freely, that just made me feel so much better, and then the way that everything just started to just fall into place, just by me making the decision to not allow for the low vibrational energies to get the best of me. Child, I could have been low vibrational. I really could have. Because when you're struggling with finances, it's hard, because finances controls a lot of what we are able to do, and how we're able to live. So when there's like a blockage or a lack of finances, it gets hard to be high vibrational, to be positive. And I'm not saying it's just finances, not by a long shot, but that's what I'm speaking of from my own personal experience, from my own standpoint. And as I was walking, I just felt this, feeling of relief that, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be good, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it seems like. And the funny thing is, I still have that $2 in my account, like right now. But we still have gas. We've still been able to eat. And it's just like, there's always going to be a way made, but you have to open yourself up to the guidance from spirit, the guidance from the Most High, the guidance from your higher self, or whoever you look to for guidance. you have to be open to the advice, because it's not always going to be so vivid. It's not always going to be so noticeable. Sometimes it's subtle, like they say, that still small voice. And you just got to keep going and be positive so that you can get those subtle messages, so that you can be open to it. Because if you're feeling stressed out and negative, you're not gonna notice the little stuff. You're not gonna care about the little stuff. The little stuff just gonna be like, okay, so what, whatever. But those little things, pennies add up. Those little things lead to bigger things. And the more that you allow yourself to be grateful for those little things, the easier it is for the bigger things to flow in for you. Like I always say, you become a magnet to what it is you give your attention to. So if you're grateful for the little things, the big things come in. So that was my little spiel, just to encourage you to just try to stay as positive as possible, no matter what it looks like. Like, honestly, it could have gotten so bad where my baby just couldn't have gone to school this week, and that would have been horrible. But sometimes you just got to do what you have to do, what you got to do. But thank God that I have grown into a space where I don't let the things get to me the way that they used to. And thank God for allowing me to be a vessel to encourage others that may be facing some of the same problems, or problems, period. But, the advice is the same. You have to get into a space, even if it's for a few minutes. Like, I did have my moments where I just felt like I just don't know what I'm going to do. But I kept hearing that message every single day, just from different areas, from different spaces. You only can control what you can control, and everything else, whatever you can't control, you just gotta trust that something is gonna transpire positively for you. You just gotta trust the process. So it's like, do what you can do, and what you can't do, you just can't do. But try to be positive throughout the entire process. So yeah. That's your message from my transparency. So let's see what's in the cards. I just got that message of, I just heard Miss Cleo. Y'all remember Miss Cleo? Calling me now. There's this energy of balance. There's this energy of gaining balance of the world around you, like in the world around you, in whatever it is that you may be focusing on or facing. You're gaining balance in it, even if you don't feel like it. So I always, every time I deliver a message, I know that it is because there is collective energies. The reason why some of us call it the collective is because we all collectively are experiencing some of the same emotions or stresses or high vibrations. It's not always negative. It's positive as well. And the messages that I received, or at least some of them, because I know not all of them, but some of them are coming out right now because it's a collective feeling. Like I experienced what I experienced today because I needed to be able to speak to someone else, encourage someone else to get through or move through, in their own way. Give them encouragement, give them confirmation at least. I feel like there is some sort of incoming, I don't know if you're going to be receiving gifts or something like that, but I feel like there's some sort of incoming, we're going to just say abundance. We're going to say abundance, but I'm seeing like specific things, like it's material, it's something tangible, and it could be finances, but I feel like it's tangible as well, like something you can hold in your hand or sit on or sit in or something like that. I feel like something is coming in for you. And for it's like a split message. For some of you, it's a temptation. I'm hearing that we're kind of piggybacking off of yesterday's message. But it's going to be, for some of you, it's going to be a temptation. And for others of you, it's just something that you have been feeling like maybe it's intangible. Maybe it's, something that you won't be able to receive, something that you won't get to experience, but it's coming in for you. I'm hearing a test of patience. Some of you are going through or have gone through a test of patience. And that's why this gift or these gifts are flowing in for you. And others of you, you're going through this you're going through a test currently and it's testing your patience. It's like, okay, are you really patient, or are you just going to accept the first thing that flows in for you, that comes in for you? Yeah, I feel like there's also going to be a test of you remaining positive. So it's going to be a test of patience, but also a test of being positive in negative situations. All of the practice, all of the learning that you have and healing that you've experienced lately is about to be tested. With the lessons come the tests. You got this, though. It's definitely something that is going to come in to try to. I'm just going to keep saying test you. Something's going to come in to test you. Something or someone, or maybe a thought process or like a train of thought is going to come in to make sure that you're really learning the lessons and applying them as well. Learning something without applying it is just, it'll go away. Like whatever you learned, all that studying you did, it's just go fall off by the wayside if you don't actually apply it. If you don't utilize what you learned. And that's where mastery comes in, is what I just heard. When you learn something, it's like knowledge, wisdom, all of that, plus application. Is where mastery comes in. I feel like you need to remain focused on feeling good. On I just keep hearing remain focused on being positive. It's like things are either coming at you to bring you down, or people are saying things or coming in to bring your energy down. Some of these people don't know that that's what their task is. They're just following their own feelings, going their own pathway. But for you, these people are coming in to test you to see if you are going to stay the course. If you mean what you say, and you say what you mean. If you want what you say you want. I have been guided lately to post daily. And I'm not sure if this will continue on, because sometimes when I get into the routine of posting daily, the messages become repetitive. So far, they have not, it's been some repetitive messages, but there also been good new messages as well. So when they start getting repetitive, you're going to see me less again. I just feel like right now in this timing, I'm needed more by the collectives that I'm reaching. And that's why the messages are coming out as frequently as they are. I feel like if you don't meditate, now is the time. it's time for you to connect with some form of meditation. If you just listen to the positive podcasts that speak of um, that speak affirmations, if you just listen to that, that could be your form of meditation. Even being mindful while you're exercising or reading a book. I don't know, like there's different forms of meditation. Meditation is basically just calming your mind, quieting your mind in order to receive messages. Or even if you're not trying to receive messages, you just want to quiet your mind or be able to focus on one thing. That's my layman's definition of meditation. Just giving yourself peace. I feel like there's this energy of creativity flowing in for you quickly. Some sort of bright idea to get you on the right path of creating something. I'm hearing path of creation. I feel like there's a need for you to move your hips. Swirl care. I used to practice swirl care on like TikTok. I think I had a few on YouTube, but I used to post videos of swirl care frequently. And swirl care is basically just swirling your hips, moving your hips around in a circular motion. This will help to activate your root chakra, but mainly your sacral chakra, where your creativity is located, your sensuality. And also, it feels like there's like a blockage in your lower chakras. Like maybe something's going on in your stomach, or I don't know, in your abdomen area. But move those hips. Circular motion. Do some yoga. Get you a massage. I'm hearing Tai Chi. I feel like something is going to be coming in for you. Like something in the physical is going to be coming in for you. You're going to be receiving more messages as well, like in the spirit. But there's also something flowing in for you that you can actually see, that you can actually hold, that you can actually even share with others. Yeah, I just heard something is growing within you. Love for the world, love for the universe, love for nature, love for other people. I even see someone like nurturing a garden, planting something. Ooh, look, I feel like the reason why the battle has been so strong in the collectives is because of how good something that's coming in, like following directly after that, how good something is coming in. And it's like, the enemy don't want you to feel good. You're not going to be able to experience the greatness of life without experiencing some hard times, because duality. And I feel like how you react to the struggles determines what flows in for you, or how quickly it flows in for you. It's like karma, dharma, karma. I think it's one more message. I feel like there is a need for you to be journaling. It's some sort. Have you heard of spirit writing? If you have not heard of spirit writing, you should Google it, research it. But what I know of spirit writing is get into a space where you find something that feels comfortable for you to write. I am grateful. That's a good one, actually, because you write it until you start having other thoughts to write out. And that is spirit writing, because that'll be spirit speaking directly to you and through you and onto the page. And I think that I am grateful is a good one because it helps you connect to gratitude, and spirit loves gratitude. So I am grateful. Even if you just write I am grateful 100 times, you have to put the effort in. You have to put the intention in that to connect. And then write down what flows to you next. I'm sure there's a more in-depth explanation of what spirit writing is, but that's just the best way that, explaining it to someone without all of the hoopla, I guess. And but I forgot to say, but that'll help you to receive the messages that you may have not been getting, especially like if they've been trying to reach you in your dream space and you haven't remembered your dreams, or you haven't remembered that specific message. Journaling or spirit writing will help you receive those messages. Meditation, of course, but I feel like spirit writing is the simplest way. It's not always easy to meditate. The objective is to keep going no matter what. Like, don't stop just because it gets complicated, or just because it gets hard, or just because you feel like you're not getting the results. You just got to keep pushing through in order to break through to your results. But yeah, spirit writing will be good for you. It'll help you with connecting, but it'll also help you with your train of thought. Like, if you're someone who does a lot of overthinking and you want to like redirect your focus, spirit writing will help you do that. Just start with an I am affirmation. And just keep writing it. I'm also hearing the message about spirit texting. If you want to try it that way, where you just you can start off the same way. Text in I am grateful, I am abundant, I am successful, I am creative, I am loved. Whatever you want to. So my card is wet. I don't know how it got wet. It's okay. But spirit texting. Squirrel. You just type. You either decide before you begin if you want to pick the first word, the second word, the third word, and just keep clicking it, and messages will come out. At first, they're going to seem like, what in the world does this mean? But messages will come out. Like the predictive texting. If you don't have predictive texting up, then, you got to turn it on. But, yeah. So, let's see what other messages. Whew, child. Something about being vulnerable. Just, I don't know. I don't like it all the time. I don't like it a lot of times, but I do it. I do it for y'all, and I do it for me, because I don't want to be closed off. I know I encourage you to not be closed off, but I still have my moments where I just keep to myself. I don't share. Like, especially because I know that I'm a listener more than I'm a speaker, which y'all can't tell because all I do is talk on here because it's nobody present right here, but just me and spirit. But vulnerability is not it's not easy. It'll make you just be like, you know what, never mind, I don't want to. But do it anyway, because especially if it'll help other people, especially if it'll help you, if it'll help you open up. The more open you are, the easier it is for you to connect with, your purpose, what your pathway is meant to be. The easier it is for you to connect with other energies, like-minded energies and things like that, like spirited energies. So open up. A lot of times when we're closed off, that's when we keep having a repeat of the same types of energies. Like when people are like, oh well, he the same, he just like this, or she just like this, or all people are like this. Like, it's because you're so closed off. You're not open in spirit. You're not open in your heart space. You're not open in your mind space. You're just closed off. So there's no room for you to receive new energies. You're not even open to receive new energies. You're only open enough to receive some of the same old energies, and that causes stagnation. That causes a lot of doubt and fears, and lower vibrational energies. I just heard heal through the mess. Facing your fears, facing vulnerabilities, facing the stresses of life, they're all pathways to healing. Like me going through this space of like scarcity in my finances is still helping me break through any types of stigmas that I have with finances, or any type of low vibrational energies that I feel towards money, because even though I'm still going through the process, I still, I keep saying still, even though I'm going through the process, I'm still dealing with lack and scarcity and things like that. My mindset is shifting. The way that I feel about it is changing. Instead of being stressed out and depressed and worried, I'm learning to have faith. I'm learning to be grateful for what I do have. I'm learning to be grateful for the energy that I'm currently embodying, because I feel better. Even though I'm lacking, I feel better. I don't feel like I'm lacking. I don't feel like I just want to just be closed off. It was something that I wanted to say. Um, what was it? It was like Tuesday, I think. I don't know what day it was, but the gas was low, and I think we had just put some gas in there. The gas was low, and my baby girl wanted to go somewhere, and I was looking at the gas, and I was like, well, we really don't have the gas to waste on going there. And then something said to me, if you think like that, you're never going to have the gas to go and have something fun to do or something positive to do. You're never going to have the gas. So just go do it. If it feels good, if it makes you happy, if it makes your child happy, just go do it. And just trust that if you leap, the net will appear. And look, she got to do what she wanted to do, and everything worked out. And it's like, if I wait on the perfect time for like the finances to be perfect for me to do exactly what I want to do, like outside of what I need to do, but what I want to do as well, if I wait on things to line up perfectly, it's never going to happen. Or I'm not going to say it's never going to happen. It's just going to take longer, and I don't want it to take long. I don't want it to take long anymore. I get into my space as well where I get tired of waiting, but I have to remind myself to be patient, be calm in the waiting, because that's how you actually learn patience, is to be able to deal with the weight in a high vibrational manner instead of like impatiently waiting. You get what I'm saying? It says you are here for a purpose, trusting your new path. Ooh, I feel like someone is finding themselves. You're on the verge of finding yourself, or you're discovering more and more of yourself every day. And this is leading to you being able to be a teacher or a mentor to other people. Now, if you don't want to be a teacher or a mentor, I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they were like, well, I don't see myself as a teacher. We all are teachers. Everyone that learns a lesson and conquers it can teach that lesson, because a teacher is someone who knows something so well that they can teach others how to get through it. But if you feel like you don't want to be a teacher, or you aren't a teacher, something is still going to come about where you can give someone guidance. You can give someone a word of encouragement or upliftment, even if you're not like in an actual student teacher setting. You're just in a, like, you can lend someone some advice that you wish you could have had. But the gift of you not having it is that you have it to teach others. It's like you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man a fish, and he can eat for a lifetime. It's like that type of energy. I feel like you can help others heal through something as well. I just keep hearing abundance is here, abundance is here. You have to be willing to believe that abundance is here. You have to be willing to accept the abundance that's coming in for you. And you just have to have the faith that is for you, that it's coming, that it's here, that it's arriving. Whatever the timeline is for you, whatever the timing is for you, you have to have the faith in it. Spend time on yourself, balance yourself. You are unlimited. What you can create is unlimited. What I feel like from these messages is that you pouring into yourself is, it's like, once you pour into yourself, once you get to some level of peace, of serenity within yourself, or healing within yourself, you're going to be able to help a lot of people, either directly or indirectly. Your journey is going to be healing for other people. It's going to be lessons for other people, just by them watching your journey or knowing your journey, experiencing some of the things that you experienced on your journey, you sharing some of your journey. It's going to be healing and helpful to other people. Once you get to a space where you're open enough or willing enough to share, it's like I've been hearing a message lately as well about the bigger picture. Like, yeah, we're here for ourselves, but we're here for ourselves, for the experience of this human experience. But we're also here for other people. It's like, I like to say, it always sounds so cliche, but we're all in this together. We all supposed to be supporting one another. It's enough on this planet, in this world, for everyone to have a piece of something, a piece of the pie, where no one is going without, no one is lacking, and all of that good stuff. But the world right now, though, but everyone has a part to play in the upliftment of others. And all it takes is for you to just live your life, to just heal through things, move through things, and willing to be open, willing to share. what you want to share. You know, you don't have to share everything. It's all about what's within reason for you. But you get what I'm saying. I feel like I keep wanting to say, if you haven't already, to implement some timing in your schedule where you are meditating, where you are connecting, where you are just going within, being grounded, getting out in nature. And then you can find those still small voices, hear those still small voices, find those subtle signs for yourself as well. So I'm gonna close with a question. Am I gonna do a love reading? No, we're not gonna do a love reading today. I'm gonna close with the question. What does your heart want? What does your heart want? What is it that you feel like you're yearning for right now? What are your passions? What are your desires? What is it that calls to you every day? What do you feel so connected to that you feel like this is me, this is a part of who I am? You know, what does your heart want? And what are you doing to align with those things, with what your heart wants? What are you doing to bring in the desires of your heart? What does your heart want? So yeah, that is your message. You know, I got to send y'all so much gratitude and so much love for listening to my rant, my little transparent moment. I appreciate it. It's helping me to be more open. You know, being able to be open with you guys is helping me to just, you know, be about what I talk about. I always talk about being in open energy, you know, sharing your energy, sharing your love. But when it comes to speaking on myself, I always have an issue with it. I do. I really do. I would rather listen and help others through their problems than to actually have to speak about myself. And I ain't saying like to have to speak about myself, but I just don't ever know how, like, I guess I just need to socialize more. I've gotten socially awkward. I am so socially awkward. It just is so crazy. Like, you would not expect it, but I am. But anyway, thank you again. And I will see you all on the next one. Love and light. Namaste. I feel like falling in love. I'm in the mood to fuck something up.